Levine is on my fantasy team, right? And he's been putting up above 30. He's been averaging above 30, I think, the past 5 games or so. That's one I would strongly consider. I would also strongly consider Westbrook turnovers. Because he's been
Westbrook turnovers have been pretty high. I think they're like 4.5 or 5.5.
Yeah, he's had at least 5 his past 6 games. Well, one game he didn't play, but he's had at least 5 his past 5. And then I would also consider Joel Embiid points because he's been a monster this entire season. His last 6 games alone, he's averaging above 30. Like he had 35 against Phoenix on the 13th, 35 against Portland on the 11th. He had 37 and 33 against Brooklyn and Portland. So those are 3 things that I would look out for and strongly consider. But that's just based off of fantasy stats and what they've done as of late.
Nice. Okay. So finally, we'll go ahead and go with our picks of the week. Peter, you want to start us off?
Yeah. So kind of following the under this, it's actually took me quite a while to find. Usually with like a lot of the esports games, they do kind of happen during the week. So trying to find one that's a little bit farther away from this recording time, as well as with the lines out and everything. This one was a little bit of a struggle, but we are going back to Dota for this pick. So this is a game happening this Sunday, February 21st, between Team Empire and the No Techies. They're playing in a new tournament, I believe it is, DPC ESL 1. And No Techies is a team that was just pretty recently formed. They've played 7 games so far as a team. And usually when like these teams are formed and they just enter tournaments right away, they usually play pretty well because like they're kind of picked for a reason and then put together. But they've lost actually like I think 5 out of those 7 games. Or 4. They lost 4 out of those 7 games. And they're playing Team Empire, which to be honest, they haven't been that hot either. So that's why they're like slightly, Team Empire is like slightly the underdogs in this matchup. But I'm going to take the team that's been established for a longer period of time, just because if I'm looking at 2 teams that are both not playing that well right now, I'm going to take the one that has a lot more experience playing together. Rather than just like the newly formed team, just because I've also been burned by that in Valorant before, just by picking the team that was newly formed compared to the one that has experience playing with each other. I think that goes a long way, especially in any sport really. But yeah, that's what I'm going with, the Team Empire. It's at a plus 162 right now, so yeah, hopefully we can go 3 for 3 for this one.
Nice. MJ, hockey pick of the week.
So I'm going with February 18th against Ottawa Senators, Toronto Maple Leafs versus Ottawa Senators. It'll be their 3rd game of this triple header. It'll be a back-to-back also. They had a triple header earlier on this season against Vancouver. Granted, that one wasn't a back-to-back on the latter half, but I am taking the under for that 3rd game on February 18th. Monday night, they gave up 5 goals to Ottawa. I don't see that happening 3 games in a row. And when they had their triple header the last time around against Vancouver, I believe they were under the over-under, which was I think 6. And they finished the game 3-1. So I don't see them giving up more than 2 goals actually in that last game. I think they're gonna pull their shit together and come out and blow them out of the water.
Nice. For me, or Peter, you have something to say?
Oh no, sorry. I do not.
So for me, I'm gonna do. I have two picks that I am kind of riding with this week. On any New Orleans Pelicans game, I'm taking them to cover the spread, and I'm also taking them to go over. The Pelicans have been doing really well lately. They've been playing really well. They've been playing a lot better. So I really like their the tempo that they're playing at. They're back to what they were doing last year, and they're running. They're moving the ball. Zion is a beast in the paint. This guy's averaging 25 points, 64% shooting. So he's going nuts. I really like them taking covering the spread this week. Their games this week.
So Wednesday we got Pelicans against Portland. Pelicans at home. Friday, Pelicans at home against the Suns, and then Sunday, Pelicans at home against the Celtics.
Yeah. So definitely. So the only team I don't see them covering against is the Suns, because the Suns are the only team that have a better against the spread record than they do. As well as the Suns over under isn't that great. I think they lean closer to their unders. But I don't know. They like Zion's a matchup nightmare, so I really like him going up against any of these other players in this league. So yeah, that's my pick this week.
Oh, that's our first blind NBA pick of the week. Ah! Yo, my voice has been cracking a lot recently. I think I'm going through puberty again.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
That's our first blind NBA pick.